As we all know, GTA 6 will not be releasing on PC day one. It'll be coming to Xbox and PlayStation, but it will only get a PC port at a later date. Now, most people with working brain cells, they know the motivation, the only real incentive for this is money. Rockstar want PC players to double dip, which basically means they want them to buy it more than once. When it comes out on PlayStation, they think that many PC players will pick it up for a console and then they'll buy it again when it releases on PC down the track. Now, even though many PC players are angry about this, and understandably so, they will still do what Rockstar want. These will be people who mainly play on PC, their gaming library is here, it's on Steam. They will still begrudgingly pick it up on console. They may not usually play on one, but they'll do this because they don't want to miss out on the day one hype of a brand new Grand Theft Auto. In fact, some of us might not even have a console. We'll buy a PlayStation, we'll buy an Xbox specifically to play this one game. So it even plays in to the console manufacturer's hands. They get something out of it too. They love this, what Rockstar are doing. So to most people, at least the ones who aren't console fanboys, this is seen as anti-consumer, not even really good for the Grand Theft Auto brand in the long run, and it slowly antagonizes a massive platform of gamers. This isn't 2009 where PC was somewhat niche. PC is a massive platform now. Many series sell best on PC. It's doing really well. And yet, despite all of that, Rockstar are going to continue this 10, 15 year out-of-date practice of double dipping on their players. And the reason this is very relevant today is quite recently, an ex-Rockstar developer made a video that was quite popular where they implied that releasing on PC day one, it was pretty much impossible, but this was due to technical and resource-related limitations, and not really the financials, not really the money. Now, most people will know that is garbage. This is sucking up to the company kind of rhetoric. It's not grounded in reality. And normally this would be a matter of who cares. Most of us know the real truth anyway. But there are now a lot of people online buying into this, shilling for Rockstar as well, and acting like PC gamers are entitled. They're being totally unreasonable, expecting a game to launch day one on PC, despite the fact that most games, most huge games, Elden Ring, Baldur's Gate 3, they release on PC day one just fine. In fact, a lot of the time, they're built from the ground up on PC, and I'll tell you what, a lot of publishers would be loving this, the EAs, the Ubisofts. If they see that this works, that a Grand Theft Auto 6, it can release a year, 2 years later on console, and all the PC players will buy it twice, they're going to be doing it as well, and why wouldn't they? They get double our money, and they potentially have gamers convinced that it's not for greed reasons, it's purely technical reasons. It's all too hard. PC ports are impossible. Now, we are going to have a look at what this ex-Rockstar dev has said, but we're also going to have a look at some of the unhinged weirdos who are salivating at the idea of GTA 6 not launching on PC. They're strangely excited, but I guess that's console fanboys for you sometimes. And I will say that I'm not throwing shade at this ex-dev. He seems like a genuinely nice guy. I'll put his original video in the description below. It's just that the way he presented the information, it's leading some people to believe that Rockstar would love to get GTA 6 out day one on PC. It's just not possible. We know that is not true. It's purely a financial reason. They could do it if they wanted to. These are just excuses. Now, this is some of what he said. One of the main reasons why a PC port will take so long to come out after the game launches is because the developers want to make it as best as possible. Now, is this factual? Sure, this could be one of the reasons, but we know it's like 0.1% of the reason. The main driver is greed. It's got nothing to do with the developer's passion of what's best. It is the suits at the top saying, no PC day one, release it on consoles, get all the money, then get the money again when it releases on PC a year or two later. Do the work then. And then he goes on to say they have to work out all these little bugs that they haven't been working on. A PC port always comes later because they want to prioritize what sells first. Now, for most people, they would have looked at the sells first line and focused on that. Unfortunately, so many people, they've been convinced that, oh no, poor Rockstar, a PC port's too hard, it's impossible to release on PC day one. Just keep in mind, the person whose quote we're reading, they used to work at Rockstar. They're not going to be shitting all over the company, they're not going to burn all their bridges, so they're trying to be diplomatic. But you have to read between the lines. It's not little bugs, little challenges, it's this, it's the sells first. It sells first on console, and then it sells again on PC. That is what is important to them. And rather than cover absolutely everything, the main point is here. York, the ex-Rockstar dev, stated that thorough testing across several PC hardware combinations will be necessary for a complicated game such as GTA 6. Simply put, Rockstar Games lacks the staff, funding, and resources necessary to develop the GTA 6 PC version. Are you fucking kidding me? $6 billion from GTA 5 alone. These shark cards from the ridiculous online version that is a juggernaut. They have been making an absolute killing from fleecing people for over 10 years. And yet you try and tell us that they lack the funding, the resources. Get out of here. What this basically means is Rockstar are expecting PC players to fund their PC port by buying it for a console, then having to buy it again when Rockstar can be stuffed putting the PC port together properly. It is ridiculous, and this is a company who fooled us for years into thinking they care about single-player games. They used to be really good at them, the San Andreas, the Vice Cities, the classics, but over time, post-GTA 5, they showed their true colors. They showed they only care about microtransactions. GTA Online, it became the complete focus. There was meant to be DLC for GTA 5. They pulled the plug because they were making so much money. Fuck you to all the gamers who are expecting a story-based experience. We don't care. And then they come to us pretending they want to do right by gamers. Oh, we want to make the best PC port possible, but it's so hard. No one is buying this. You only care, you are only motivated by greed. You do not care about quality. And he continues, as a result, the studio gives the PlayStation platform top priority to maximize the company's profits. Thank you. This is what it is really about. And again, not throwing shade on this individual. He's a really chilled guy. It's just unfortunate the mindset that this is creating with some of these absolute bananas who genuinely think that a PC port day one isn't possible. That is a ludicrous notion. And if we have a look at some of these people on one of the GTA subreddits, this is an example of someone's response to what we've just been covering. Rockstar knows what's best. They know thousands of times more about game development than this entire subreddit combined. This criticism just keeps cropping up, where apparently you can't judge anything, you can't form an opinion unless you're an absolute expert on the subject matter. But there's bias because Rockstar are the ones trying to sell us something. I don't trust every salesperson when they pitch something to me. I question it. We should be questioning it. Unfortunately, these people aren't even thinking logically. They're basically in a cult. They've got their heads planted so far up Rockstar's ass that they don't even know the color of the sky. And this is the opinion that they form. You've got others here as well. You can tell too by people trying to simplify it down. People see that they are a billion-dollar company and think that they have unlimited resources. They basically do. If there was ever a company that could solve this problem, it's Rockstar. Apparently they can't, but there's indie companies who can release a game PC day one, even if it's coming to console. If we want to talk scale, Elden Ring, phenomenal game, innovative. Sure, GTA 6 might have more art assets, but there's more ambitious games that are going to be out there. I do not buy this excuse, especially this one. We do know that this is the most expensive game ever made, so resources and time are going to be really important for Rockstar. I'll tell you where that time is going. It's going to be into muddling the campaign, sneaking little things in related to getting you onto GTA Online. GTA 6, the campaign, I'm sure it's going to be solid, I'm sure it's going to have fun moments, but it will be a vehicle to get people onto the online portion. GTA 5 didn't have that, but the reason for it is because Rockstar didn't know how big online was going to be. Now they do. It's their main revenue source, so you can absolutely bet that the campaign is going to be a gateway to get people in, so they eventually start spending on microtransactions. We don't even know if the single player isn't going to have those microtransactions. It may well have them, but I'm sure it'll be after the reviews come out. There'll be a patch, they'll probably add in scummy monetization, and they'll be right as rain. People go on to say, but they're $1 billion company, trying to imply that anyone who suggests they've got billions of dollars, I'm sure they can make a PC port. This person's actually trying to suggest you're an idiot if you think that's a genuine reason. Oh, it's just so hard, it's impossible, they've only got $1 billion plus, they can't make a PC port. Someone else says, yup, the people saying Rockstar just want to double dip are probably the same people that were mad the gameplay leaks looked unfinished. These people are literally a company's wet dream. Shareholder meetings, they'll be gathered round going, this sort of person is useful idiot number one. We need more of them. We've got to market to these people. Is there a way we can only breed these humans because they're perfect? They just hand over their money. They don't question anything. And they don't even stop. They're like lemmings. Surely they know what's best for earning as much as possible, but that's not the point. It is literally the only point. It's the only thing that they give a toss about is getting your money, nothing else. And is it not a coincidence to you that doing this is going to lead to maximum profits, even if it's at the detriment of the consumer, probably the long term for the GTA brand as well? Given the fact that PC players over time, they'll be disgruntled, they'll start to look to other series as well. Rockstar know full well the only reason they get away with this is because Grand Theft Auto is such a big brand. If it was anything else, it wouldn't work. But over time, it will damage the brand, and maybe with something like a GTA 7, it won't work as well. But who am I kidding? I'm being deluded. People will always do this. They'll always play into the company's hands. The one sensible person, they say, Lamau, they know how to milk their player base. That's legitimately the only reason. They know they can triple, double dip as many times as they release it. And he's being downvoted. Literally everyone is agreeing with these ridiculous people. And there's even more of this. They have always released on console first. If you want to play that bad, get a console and quit crying. This sort of mindset comes up constantly, and he hasn't said it directly, but I see it all the time, where people actually imply the reason PC players are angry is because they can't afford to buy a console and play GTA 6 when it comes out. It's the most preposterous notion I've ever heard. PC gaming is really expensive. I bought my graphics card in my PC during the height of crypto. It cost me over $2,000. Great financial decision from me, right? That was pretty stupid. But the point is that PC gamers can afford to go and buy an Xbox and a PlayStation. It's a matter of convenience. It is a bad experience to have to buy some box, some console that someone doesn't want, just to play one game that is being artificially restricted on PC purely for double dip reasons. On PC, Epic Games, the storefront, they give games away for free all the time. Do PC gamers care? For the most part, no. They'll happily play on something like Steam and buy games that they can otherwise get free because it is more convenient for them. This is entertainment. We don't need these games, but when we do play them, we want to do so on our terms. And that is what is so frustrating about GTA 6. Our only option at launch is to have, for us, maybe not for everyone, but for us, an inferior experience that only benefits Rockstar. When I'm on PC, I can have Discord up, I can chat to friends, I can listen to music, I can put a video on, I can use all the equipment that I like to use, I can perhaps use my mouse and keyboard if GTA 6 is designed around that, if it's all okay. But that's what we want. We just want to make a decision on our terms and not to be gate-locked by Rockstar. And the sad part of this is, you just know Rockstar are going to win. You've got people like this saying, I've got a really decent computer, but even I bought a PS5 for GTA 6, and you just know Rockstar are rubbing their hands together. That's another sale, a double dipper. They're going to get all of the money. And you've got some weird arguments here too. So someone talks about how they don't want to be buying a console specifically for one game. And this person says, I mean, you can also play Spider-Man 2 and The Last of Us 2 on your PS5 along with every other PS exclusive. This is literally the old pay TV argument, where if you wanted to watch a show, you'd have to pay 80, 100 bucks a month to get access. And if you complained about it, you said it was a rip-off, people would try and say, oh yeah, but you're getting all these other shows and channels on top of the one you really wanted. It's the same here. I don't want Spider-Man 2 and The Last of Us Part 2. Eventually they'll come to PC. I just want GTA 6 in this case. So I would be spending $300-400+ on a machine just for that one game. Playing GTA 6 suddenly costs $400-500. And again, this isn't purely a financial thing. It's about how anti-consumer it is. It's madness that anyone's defending it. And then you've got these fanboys cackling like the Joker just at the very notion of PC players not getting this game. PC elitists will have a lot of time to make memes when the game hits consoles, and they're still waiting an extra 2 years for the PC release. Lamau, can you imagine this person if the game wasn't coming to console? They would be absolutely melting down. The level of self-awareness, it's very, very interesting. And it continues. The PC's sold, it is unmatched. There's so many of these people, and it comes down to financials again. You get people saying, PC elitists are delusional. I was looking for a gaming PC, and for the same price as a PS5, the best I could get was a GTX 1080. That's not going to run the game. No one seriously at least, is saying that a PC is better value. It's just about the convenience, the experience you want. Consoles are obviously a good deal. Play it on console if you want, but we just want choice. We want you as a console player to be able to enjoy it where you want to play it. We just want to be able to play it as well and not be artificially hamstrung. And we'll end it here. Of course, you've got someone here saying if they do release it on PC, it's going to delay the game to 2030. What? Someone logical says that doesn't even make sense. How would a PC version push the game back 5 years if it was going to come out in like 2025, 2026 anyway? And the person comes back with, they just take a lot of time. They don't have the resources, meaning Rockstar, as they mentioned, so they need to sell it to some users first, so that they can then work on optimizing the gameplay for all of the other users. Again, trying to say that unless they get money from the consoles first, they won't have any dollars to make the PC version. It is so ridiculous, it's insane that these people actually think Rockstar are like some indie company. They can't afford anything. They can't afford staff. It's all too hard. You're absolutely brainwashed. These companies have you right where they want you, and if we're being honest, most of these people are beyond help. My point is that if PC gamers don't push back on this practice, it is only going to happen more and more. We've seen it a lot with Sony going for console exclusivity deals, and it is a pain in the ass. I want PC to be that open platform that we've always got there as an option, so most of these other money-grubbing corporations stay away. Thanks so much for listening. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Bye.